ball knocked loose. White dive on it.
This is twice now the Celtics have been first to the floor. They try to save with Horford. Unbelievable.
Boston first to the floor. So good.
Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Tatum dives on the floor. Everybody dives. Jaylen Brown with the flush. Blocked by Porzingis. He's doing it all. Tatum spinning, driving, layup. Washington drives. Blocked by White. Oh, what a block from Derek White.
Wayne Spooney here, First to the Floor podcast. I'm joined by Jake Eisenberg. Jake, 3 in a row, baby. How's it going?
We're back at it. Back at it. This Boston Celtics team is so much fun. What a time to be alive, dude. The Hugo Renaissance. Luka Garza is back. Jordan Walsh, did he lose his job? Jaylen Brown apparently is just 30 points per game, doesn't matter. Spoonie's going in and out of the twilight zone, it looks like, today. So if you experience seizures, maybe don't watch the YouTube version today.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my camera here. It's very bizarre. I must have a loose connection or something. So we'll just, I mean, it's not that bad, right? For the most part, it's okay. So we're just gonna roll with it. So yeah, man, 3 straight wins, 129-116 over the Heat, 112-96 over the Raptors, and then a comeback 103-95 over the Pacers, with the Pacers obviously being the most recent game. Jake, where do you want to get started? There's lots to talk about.
Yeah. So Joe Mazzulla should be coach of the year, I think. And maybe like his coup de grace, no, it can't be a crowning achievement at this point in the season, but I feel like it's been something people have talked about when like the team just doesn't have it in an 82-game regular season. Just fucking sit these guys down. Like Tatum, how many times do we watch Tatum and or Jaylen? It's like against a Pacers team that you're at home, favored big against, like double-digit points. And like the opponent shoots crazy hot from deep, and you can kind of chalk it up to variance, or you can chalk it up a little bit to like they're not bringing the necessary intensity today. Well, Joe Mazzulla fucking did it. Just benched all the starters, every single one, got all of them, sat them down, and the bench mob brought them right back into the game. It wasn't immediate because it was kind of brilliant because like he gave the starters a chance to do it and come back. And the Pacers went nuts in the first half. They were 12 for 20 from 3. Like some of the defense, like Siakam was hitting everything. What did Siakam? He was 8 for 11 in the first half, 23 points, 4 for 5 from 3, 0 turnovers, like just ridiculous. But then the Pacers started missing, and the door was cracked open for them to make a comeback. But the Celtics offense was just like fucking around. Like they just weren't playing with the necessary intensity. And I hate chalking it up to like playing hard a lot of the time, but like that group just like this team is winning a lot of these games to like just based off playing harder than the opposing team. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that, but like they are just killing themselves to win these games. And that bench mob that came in was just like diving on the floor. That was the loudest I've heard the Garden all year.
Yeah.
I was like sitting, I watched the game and like, after I got home from work last night, just in the living room, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. The Garden is losing its fucking mind watching Hugo González and Luka Garza get offensive rebounds and Baylor Scheinman dive on the floor. Like, what is going on? And then they just did it. And then it was perfect because the starters were fresh and Jaylen came back in and just went nuts to carry them home.
Dude, watching Jaylen get back in that game like a rabid dog and just go to the rim over and over and over again got me so hyped. Yeah, man, like the ability to feel out a game and press the correct buttons as a coach is kind of like that last skill that, you know, some coaches never get there. I kind of think Joe lacked that a lot for most of his coaching career. Again, he's not, I don't even think he's 40 yet. So it's not crazy that he's had stuff he needs to improve on. this season where he has a lot more problems he needs to solve within games because he doesn't have, Jayson Tatum, Drew Holiday to just kind of paper over those issues. And we are seeing him hit all the right notes basically every single game. And this was a master stroke, man. You're absolutely right. Just bring in the bench and be like, go get us back into this game. And like, it's a weird crew, right? Like, I mean, you've got some shooting with Simons and Hauser, and like Hugo, I feel like you kind of have to guard him, and Garza makes some threes here and there, and Baylor as well. So like, there is shooting. They're pretty undersized, but they, you can just kind of be like, Simons, it's you time, buddy. Go get buckets and like don't worry about anything else and just keep playing hard. And that's kind of where he excels. And then these guys just crash the glass like maniacs. And like Baylor, I mean, the stats look like he did nothing. I thought he especially was really awesome in that little stretch. And we can talk about Garza. I've been super down on Garza. I will say this has not changed my opinion about him at all. But like, credit to him. I have always said like the issues are not offensively with Garza. Like his screens are really good and he was getting Simons lots of space and he's a monster offensive rebounder. It's just the defensive side of the floor where he is effectively unplayable over the kind of beats of an entire season. But he's going to have games where he looks great. Because, if he's out there when the opposing team is missing shots and missing threes, he's going to have a positive impact. And he had a massively positive impact in this game and against the Raptors, too. So, like, that bench mob, they wanted it really, really bad. And you're right, dude. This is a very easy team to love. Like last year's team, like they definitely were going through the motions, even though they only won they still won 61 games. But like this team cares so much, and it is full of guys who have something to prove. Literally every dude in their rotation has something to prove, including Jaylen Brown, who is playing like he has something to prove. And against Indy, it was, no exception.
Yeah, dude. It's funny. I think Bill Simmons said the same thing, and it's not the only reason these guys are winning games. You can't chalk everything up to the nobody. It's like the nobody believes in us team, but all like they're fighting their own nobody believed in me battles.
Yeah. It's not collective. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even, I wouldn't say Anthony Simons is necessarily playing like nobody believes in him because
fair. Look, nobody does.
Hey, the Heat game was a really good Anthony Simons game. If I'm getting my games correct, I'm pretty sure. Because that was the fourth quarter supernova for
he
the
was
Celtics.
6 of 10.
Yeah, he was, and he had 4 rebounds after the 2 game. When we talked about it, I was on the Patreon, I was losing my mind about how he had 0 rebounds over 51 minutes. And everybody's welcome. Bullying works because I saw the tweets about no rebounds and has started rebounding and like just a little bit more.
He had 0 last night, but,
God damn it,
but the other 2 games he did rebound.
Even last night, like he has a couple of these great buckets and then he just like completely lets go. Like if he lets go of the rope at all defensively, he may as well not even be there. He has to be so locked in to even provide any type of resistance. But he's at least been making some shots. But yeah, Gaza averaging 7 offensive rebounds over the past 2 games. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Drew Carter loves Luka Garza. Loves him. Like, every time, even if he doesn't get the offensive rebound, he's like, oh, Garza. Almost had a hand on that one. Yeah. And, like, to be fair to Drew Carter, he is literally almost there all of the time. Yep. And back to the Joe Mazzulla point, like, I think Cade has kind of fallen off a little bit here lately. The rebounding, especially because the defensive rebounding was never awesome, but he hasn't been offensive rebounding in the same way as of late. And if he's not going to do that, then his value is, more limited, obviously. The defense has still been good. I feel like that has maybe tampered down a little bit too. So credit to Joe from going to only small ball to Garza's not seeing the court for however long to now he's playing more minutes than Cater over a 2-game stretch and being like the correct decision. I could never have predicted it in a million years.
Yeah, okay. No, totally agree, but my stupid camera. But looking, like, if you actually look at the teams we played, they're actually perfect matchups for Luka Garza,
exactly.
other than Jay Huff. Because Jay Huff is not a prolific defensive rebounding center. Mamu is not a prolific defensive rebounding center. And for large swaths of that Toronto game, especially when like Garza was in there in the fourth quarter and really making an impact on the offensive glass, he was being guarded by Scotty Barnes, right? So it's like you better kind of better kill this guy on the offensive glass. And he did. Credit to him. He played really, really well on the offensive side of the ball in both of these games. And it's like, Joe, it's something I didn't consider at all. Like, these are good Garza matchups. Yeah. Not a sentence I have uttered previously. But now, like, looking back, hindsight 2020, it's like, man, yeah, it really does make sense to go to Garza against these guys. And also with like Huff is very slow footed. So you can kind of get that, Garza's really involved in the handoff stuff and he kind of gets half guarded out to the 3-point line. And like, I just thought, he clearly outplayed Jay Huff, who, ended with 3 points and 5 rebounds and 0 of them offensive. And a big part of it was just like, he just played way harder than Jay Huff did. And, there was some moments where Indy involved Garza in actions and they got some wide open shots. And in that third quarter, those shots didn't go in. And on balance, you are going to crush teams if they're not scoring when Luka Garza's out there, because he is going to juice the offense.
Yeah, no question. And and using him against teams that don't have like dynamic offenses, and especially having offensive players that are not going to be able to just destroy you in and spread you out pick and roll style. Like with no Halliburton, I mean, coming into the game, the Pacers were the 30th ranked offense, and it was so fucking on brand for the Pacers in particular to come into Boston and just go complete magnet ball.
Yeah,
Andrew Nembhard couldn't miss a shot. He was unbelievable. Siakam was a monster, and it's like, what is going on with the Pacers? Every time they come into Boston, every time we play them, like the Celtics were 8-8 against the Pacers coming in to tonight over their last 16. That's got to be like the best record of any team in the past, like 16 games, probably. Like who else would be up there? Maybe like Denver and OKC, but even they wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have the 8-16 matchups with the West teams, right? So it's just like nobody would even be close. Maybe Cleveland. They've been playing pretty good games now since Mitchell got there at least.
Yeah, I suppose. Definitely not the Knicks because we swept them, I think, 2 years ago. Not Miami. I feel like
we're 13-3 in the last. 14-3 now against Miami in the last 17. We've been killing the Bucks. Like there's the Pacers.
There's the East. Yeah, it's the Pacers. And credit to them. They're the best team in the East last year. So it's not like crazy, but yeah, like they were pretty bad a couple of years ago. So it is just kind of a thing for the Pacers. Yeah, that's hilarious. I knew they were terrible this year. I've actually watched a decent amount of them because I have Mathurin and Nembhard on my fantasy team. So I tune in, and especially before Nembhard got back from injury, it was a tough watch. They've been a little bit more functional since then, but dude, like just coming in and looking like the Steph Curry Warriors was absolutely so frustrating. So I'm glad that they completely crashed back down to earth and ended up shooting 32.5% from 3, which is like not particularly good. So real quick, I do just want to like shout out like that Pritchard performance against Toronto was so absurdly nasty, man. 33, 7 boards, 10 assists. I thought some very feisty, solid defense. And like in a lot of ways, him, Hugo, and Garza, although Pritchard won us that game because that run in the fourth quarter when he was out there with Garza and Hugo, he was just burying everything and getting guys involved. He was just so good, completely dominated that team. And that's a team that is like tailor-made to guard him with all these big long wings, and Jamal Shed, the best defender in the NBA history.
Literally the GOAT.
Yeah, he's so good. So I just like, what a friggin' performance from him on the road.
Dude, on a back-to-back as well.
Yeah,
And he didn't have a great night against Miami. That was kind of like worked out great that Simons was able to kind of pick up the slack in that Miami game. But yeah, that Raptors game, just cackling on the couch. Yeah. I'm like, this. He's becoming more capable of doing this a little bit more often in like real spots. Remember how it was always like end of the season, any regular season games in April, it was like load up on Peyton Pritchard props, just go over on everything. Any like low leverage moments, it's Peyton Pritchard time. He had a 40 bomb against the Cavs earlier this year. He goes completely nuts and wins them the game essentially. Like 33, 7, and 10 assists with 1 turnover is just like, and I like seeing him just trust himself more. Just like back yourself. Because when he gets on a heater, man, he's just an incredible shot maker. And on the season now, what is he up to? 17 a game. It's funny, his 3-point percentage, because he was in that hole to start the season. But yeah, 17, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover. Like that's just, it's going to keep trending upwards, I think, as the season goes along as far as the efficiency goes. But it was everything. It was pull up threes, over screens, running like pinpoint passes to Cater on the pick and roll. His chemistry with Cater in the pick and roll, and it's kind of like throwing it up to like the corner of the backboard where the drop defender can't get it. And then it's such an easy job for Cater to finish. There was a play, I think it was last night. It was last night where like he's doing his wombat thing. He's dribbling low, escape dribble. He's just like kind of looping around and then hits another screen with Cater, and he just finds himself like wide open in the paint and just buries like a 14-foot jump shot. He's really just sophisticated and tough to deal with possession after possession.
Yeah, man. And he's one of those guys, like if he has the ball, he's just going. Like he Nash dribbles nonstop. Like it must be so annoying to guard him. And then he kind of throws that little forearm shiver when he gets into the paint, into your stomach.
Huff?
Yeah, dude. He pushed Jay Huff like 6 feet. It was absolutely absurd. Like he's really just very difficult to guard. So last year he had 6 games of more than 7 assists. So 8 or more assists. Can you guess how many he's got this year?
4.
6.
Oh wow!
So already
8 or more.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had 10 against Toronto, 10 against Cleveland, 9 against Memphis, 8 against Washington, 8 against Orlando, 8 against the Pelicans.
Man.
Yeah. So he's already matched that this season. Obviously, like part of that's just volume. He's on the ball more. Tatum and Drew aren't there. But like to your point, his chemistry with Kata is real. Like I always felt like Pritchard's kind of final thing to become a better pick and roll guy was hitting the roll man, because it's tough to hit the roll man as a 6'1" guard. Like Tatum could do it because he just dump it over the top when he gets trapped. Like that's easy as hell. And Pritchard has gotten so damn good at the timing of when to throw the pass. And part of that is not just him, it's the chemistry with Kata and Kata timing his rolls. And like, you can't roll too quick because you got to let Pritchard make a move and get an angle. And those two dudes, I tweeted out like, 6 or 7 or 8 Pritchard Kata pick and roll possessions where Pritchard hit him. And man, it's like all of a sudden you got to start defending Kata rolling to the rim and Pritchard pull up jumpers and Pritchard like snaking into the lane and hitting a mid-range jumper. He's becoming one of the better pick and roll operators in the league. And I don't think that's crazy to say.
And so, yes, I mean, he just doesn't make mistakes as well. And so you mentioned like of course, the assists are going to go up with the increased volume and minutes and whatnot, but the turnovers have stayed pretty much flat. So he was at 1.0 turnovers last year, 1.2 turnovers this year. So like a 1 to 5, a 5 to 1 assist to turnover ratio.
Easy.
Okay, that's crazy. It's always been good, but like he's just fucking great. He's just like across the board. The defense is still really solid. The rebounding's there every night. And he he fits the identity of the team. Like he's a big reason the identity of the team is what it is. Like it's hard to believe that he was like lumped in with the starters last night, even though, it was still the right choice, but like he is playing so hard so often. Like when he was playing as hard as he was in that Toronto game when he was going nuclear on the back-to-back, and he's just like dripping with sweat and breathing hard.
Yeah.
And you're just like, there's no, he will just go until his body shuts off. Like there's no kind of in between zone for him. It's just, so what a fun player. What a fun guy to root for.
Yeah, man. And like he and Derek have started, they kind of like trade off good games, which is fine. That works.
Yeah.
They've both started to find the shot a little bit, although Pritchard kind of sandwiched that really huge game with two kind of lackluster games.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's a very long season. And, that's the difference between a guy like Pritchard, who's like just a really good starter, and all-star, all NBA guys, because the all-star, all NBA guys flirt with that 30-point, 10 assist game like all the time, not a handful of times, right? But that's okay. Pritchard was the 28th pick or whatever. Like, this is incredible. He is so goddamn good at this point. It's kind of mind-blowing. But if you're wondering why we haven't talked about Hugo González, because basically the second half of the show is going to be entirely about Hugo, so we will get to him. But I think we should probably hit PrizePicks if you've got it ready to go, Jake. All right.
Let's do it. It's PrizePicks time. It's that time of year, Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. It's Drake May season. It's Hugo González season. It's PrizePicks season, baby. Don't forget, PrizePicks offers injury reboots. So if one of your players does leave the game in the first half, doesn't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. But yeah, man, look, just ride Hugo González rebounds more right now. That seems to be a lot. Jaylen Brown, more points. Dude's just good for 30 points every week. The Celtics sprinkle a little fun. I know the Celtics aren't playing on Christmas for the first time in like 8 years. So you may, sprinkle a little PrizePicks magic over your Christmas Day activities. Why not? Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. It's good to be right.
Yeah, PrizePicks is really fun. Check it out. Adds a little extra to the game. And yeah, it appears Hugo González more is going to be the I guess stat line to take. We can't use certain words when we talk about PrizePicks, so I was stumbling there a little bit. Yes, the stat line you definitely want to focus on. So, I don't know, unless you have anything else of those 3 games. I mean, this is awesome. They're kind of right back in the driver's seat in the Eastern Conference. I think it's Hugo time.
Yeah, it's starting to thin out a tiny bit. Like now they're 3 games. Like before it was like 2 games between 2 and 9 or 3 and 9. Now it's like 3 games between 3 and 8 and 4 games, so it's still tight, but like it's starting. Some of these teams seem to be full, like the Raptors. I think it's kind of becoming obvious that they're fraudulent a little bit. Yeah. The Heat's like revolutionized offense is not revolutionized at all. It's just playing fast, basically. Yeah. So the Celtics are fucking 18-11, dude. And a big reason is because they're on a 3-game winning streak, and Hugo González led the team in minutes last night. Like this season is hard to kind of explain and understand. I'm finding one of my best friends, shout out Johnny, texted me. He's like, normal people or in Australia, I don't watch every game. It's hard to just have a full-time job and watch every single Celtics game. And he's like, bro, I'm trying to be a good fan. Can you explain to me how we're winning all these games? How did we, like, Hugo González was our leading minutes guy last night? Like, what is going on? I'm like, mate, just tune into the show, firstly.
Yeah.
But Hugo González leads the team in minutes. Over his last 3 games is now playing 31.4 minutes, 9 points, 10 rebounds, 1.7 steals, 1.3 blocks. And he's just a maniac. Not perfect. He's just a maniac. I love watching him play. The size, the athleticism, the motor is just redonkulous. I love watching him play. The crowd loves it. Like, he just was getting serenaded by the TD Garden, rightfully so. last night. This dude's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man. And even if you extend it last 7 games, 8-5, shooting 73, shooting 71% from 2 and 55% from 3 in his last 7 games.
Huge volume.
Yeah, and he's on average about a plus 12 every single game in those last 7. So the on-off metrics are already loving Hugo.
Insane.
Our net rating absolutely skyrockets when he's on the court. And it is a lot of it's effort for sure. But a big part of it is, one, he's able to keep that effort up for 30 minutes a game, which is not a lot of guys can do. Like, he's in ridiculous shape. And like, when you have that size, that strength with that amount of effort, you're going to be an impactful player. But there is, at least to some degree, you're going to be a bench guy, right? But there is so much more to Hugo's game that he's really starting to flash. Like, he's already kind of an amazing defensive player. And like, I don't love saying that because,
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary, and he's a rookie, and like, it could fall apart, and he gets cracked off the dribble too much still.
Yeah.
Like, that is definitely a thing. But I went over to B-Ball Index, right? And I searched, I filtered the defensive roles they have on there, and I put in wing stopper, and I sorted by D LeBron, so defensive LeBron, which is their like luck estimated plus minus like advanced stat, right? He's 5th in the NBA amongst wing stoppers. It's Alex Caruso, Josh Hart, Jared Vanderbilt, Scotty Barnes, Hugo Gonzalez, OG Anunoby. Like, 5 guys, Hart, and I think Hart and Barnes are a little overrated defensively, but they're very good defensive players.
Yeah.
OG, Vanderbilt, Caruso, like, those guys are all NBA level defenders, and Hugo is just kind of sandwiched amongst those dudes in this metric. And I'm like, man, it's crazy to say this, but it matches the eye test with the way he plays defense. Like, I pulled up his defensive shot chart. You can't really see it. But on the defensive shot chart, blue is good, and it is basically all dark and light blue. So that means he's significantly reducing players' field goal percentages when he's defending shots. And it's all size, effort, skill, but just he knows how to play defense already because he's been in a professional system for so long.
It's so impressive. Yeah, and in estimate like EPM on dunks and threes, defensive EPM, he's 1.9, 96th percentile.
Yeah.
Like, a couple of Celtics are in there. Cater and D White, 97th percentile. It's just a ton. It's just like all the OKC guys, Wembanyama, Jalen Suggs, Gobert, Bam Adebayo, and then like Hugo is in this list. Like, and all the on-off numbers are ridiculous. Like, on data baller, when you remove all the low leverage garbage time and adjust for 3-point luck, Hugo Gonzalez on the court, 15.3 net rating. Hugo Gonzalez off the court, 4 net rating, like an 11-point swing. Like, it's crazy because the sample's getting bigger. And now it's like we have Jordan Walsh. We had the Jordan Walsh Renaissance. Now we're having the Hugo Gonzalez Renaissance. We had the Josh Minot Renaissance, who's definitely kind of tapered off more than any of them, I would say. Which kind of, I don't know if it makes sense. I mean, it kind of makes sense broadly if you were to just guess what Josh Minot kind of turns into. What he's been overall is a total win. And maybe like some of the higher end stuff isn't something you can hope for consistently, but this is the play that just is everything to me. I've got it here. So him and Walsh, I love it. They're guarding Norman Powell and Khalil Ware. They run a pick and roll. Walsh is on Norman Powell. They switch it. Hugo cuts off Powell, forces him to kick to the corner. Wide open, Drew Smith, dude. Achilles, man. And Hugo gets all the way out there and blocks the 3-point shot. Like, he corrals Norman Powell, who's like borderline all-star offensive player this season. He jumps too. Like, he has to land and then go out and block the shot. How is that impossible?
I do not know how. I watched that play like 5 times because I was like, how does he get to? I just like, hold on, I need to look at it one more time, Jake. I just want to see, like, I'm terrible at this. Like, what? Look at where he is when he catches this ball. He's in the paint. He's like guarding the post in the air, and he somehow gets over to this shot. Like, it is absolutely absurd. And like, that is effort, yes, but it's also being 6'7" with a ridiculous wingspan and fast as hell for his frame. And like, he's got, he's not a vertical athlete, but he is like a kind of twitchy, going side to side and like accelerating. He gets up to top speed really quickly, even if his top speed isn't like super fast. And I think it just catches guys totally by surprise because he looks like a unit, man. Like, he looks like PJ Tucker borderline. And then all of a sudden he's flying at you and he's like rabid dog, like drooling everywhere, and he's just swatting your shot even though he was 20 feet away a half a second ago. But like, and I think that play not only does it show, one, he's good enough to corral a ball handler like Norman Powell. Two, he's strong enough to stand up Norman Powell, who is like not a small dude. And three, reads the game enough to know, like, the second I hit the ground, I need to fly out to that corner and get that shooter. So I've just been really impressed with like his off-ball defense and his ability to execute the scheme, because if he couldn't, he would not play. Like, it doesn't matter. Like we saw it with Walsh. Walsh always had the physical attributes to be a good defender, and he just didn't execute the scheme, didn't know what to do. And Hugo picked it up so absurdly fast. And he is just already an insanely impactful defender. We have seen him guard everybody, like 1 through 5, essentially, and have varying levels of success, but been pretty damn good on just about everyone.
Yeah, like he had the Siakam matchup for most of last night. And Cat, like, I think Jalen's our best Siakam defender. We've seen that like over and over again over the past half decade, but you can't ask Jaylen to do what he's doing on offense and also ask him to guard Siakam. That's just like completely unreasonable on a Monday night in December, like
against the 30th ranked offense,
and Hugo, like, Siakam kind of had him figured out for a lot of the game, it felt like, and I'm excited to see where it goes, and that's why I think we're on the same page this season in that, like, it's really exciting, but it kind of just feels like when does the clock strike midnight? Because it shouldn't be happening. Like, the 28th overall pick shouldn't be this good defensively already and being this impactful already. Jordan Walsh, the 38th overall pick, who showed very little, shouldn't have been this good. We've been through it. Like, it just, all of these things shouldn't be true at the same time. But like, Brad Stevens either made a deal with the devil or was touched by God, maybe both. Like, and so I've been better than I thought at like not getting over, like, ahead of myself and being like, what does he turn into? But he's a 19-year-old rookie, and him being this fucking good is really rare and really impressive. So, like, if you're doing a I think I've got the tweet here from our esteemed industry colleague here, doing a 2025 redraft. Bill Simmons, number 1, Hugo González, Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Derek Queen, Conker Nipple, Hugo a second time, and VJ Edgecombe. One of us.
Gotta love it. Yeah, the absolute best, man. I've been a Celtics fan for a very long time now. I remember talking myself into Sebastian Telfair and like drafting, J.R. Giddens and Jawan Johnson, and just like years and years and years of like, this guy's going to be awesome, and being bitterly disappointed. And like, there was some truly dark days, like post Pierce and Antoine. And part of me is like, I feel like I'm always with draft picks, always on team, like, we meme it with Walshy and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like, let's settle down. Like Baylor is not just going to step in and take Sam Hauser's job. The fact that this motherfucker Brad Stevens does something and it works out every time is like blowing my fucking mind, dude. Like, Minot, whatever. Maybe he's a 10th man. He's a minimum cast off who's probably out of the league if we don't sign him. You know, there's probably another taker, but like guys like that are on their way out of the league. He's fine. He's a solid 10th man. That's a home run. Then like you've got fucking Hugo González, who is just like already the best defensive rookie in the, I mean, he's easily the best defensive player. Well, I don't know. Like, but he's way up there.
Flag,
yeah, I was going to say Flag might be the guy, but regardless, like the fact that he is a borderline elite defensive player, 20 games into his career is mind-numbing. It makes absolutely zero sense. And like Brad Stevens, you've changed my life, and I thank you for that. Should we talk about his offense?
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
It's just funny how we talk, like, you know, yeah, we joke about the Walshy stuff, and like after Summer League, like, you know, it wasn't perfect, but we anointed him Spanish Kawhi.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we were wrong.
Yeah, like the fact that we can't rule it out is evidence alone.
Yeah. Offense, his pre-programmed Euro step, I think worked for the first time last night, and it was sick.
Yeah,
so
it was.
Like, go ahead. You set the floor for us.
Okay, so I think we've already, obviously the defense is absolutely absurd. So Ugo's path to being like a very, very valuable like NBA player is basically like make some corner threes and drive a closeout. He's already shooting the ball pretty damn well. Yeah, like right around 40% from three. So then comes kind of the second aspect is like, can you know, if someone closes out on you, can you punish it? I would say the results are mixed. You're right. He Euros every time. He always does a Euro step. So he's going to have to figure out sort of some counters to that. But of players on our team that drive more than one time a game, Hugo leads the team in field goal percentage on drives, 64%. Second is Peyton Pritchard at 58%. Obviously, it's a very small sample size. Pritchard drives literally 10 times more than Hugo. So, like small sample size, but the fact that the early returns are him being hyper efficient on drives is a very good sign. Ben texted us that a few things he would like us to note about Hugo. Is that he forces switches when he sets screens. So he's a very good screen setter. It's all frame and the fact that he's a psychopath, loves contact and wants to screen people hard. And this is kind of the point I was also going to make is the jump shot looks good. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really hesitate. He's willing to take it and it looks pretty damn good. So the early returns on like, he can maybe be a screen setting 4-man because he definitely can defensively be a 4-man and he's a monster rebounder. And he can hit open threes so far. And it appears like he can drive a closeout with some room to improve on that. And I just feel like he knows how to play offense, man. Like he's just really smart. He makes super quick decisions basically all the time. And so like, I don't know, like, I don't really see him as like, oh, he's running 7 or 8 pick and rolls a game, even when he's 27 years old. But the foundation for like an elite defender that's also a pretty damn good offensive player is absolutely there.
Yeah, dude. The skills are there, it feels like to me. Like there's definitely, I call it like the pre-programmed thing. And he has the moves that he's kind of worked on. He's 19 and he's not Dylan Harper or Cooper Flagg, right? Like it's a work in progress on spot ups, 1.28 points per possession. Obviously like not a ton of volume, but that's the 87th percentile. And I love when he trusts the drive. I think for him, once he figures out, and in that moment when the Euro worked, in my head, I was like, I haven't seen him actually go to the Euro as much recently. And I wonder if they've been working with him on that. And like, we like that you can do the Euro. You can't do the Euro no matter what. You have to wait for the defense to react a specific way. And he did it perfectly. Like when the defense overcommitted, got caught the defender leaning, and then he goes back the other way and like finishes it really softly because the touch around the rim looks really good to me.
Yeah.
Like, and just the athletic. You mentioned the vertical versus like the, I don't know, general athleticism. He's definitely not like a leaper. Like he would be a great long jumper probably. But I don't think he'd be a very good high jumper. Because he goes up to try and like yam on people, and I feel like he doesn't actually quite get as high as you would expect considering he's like 6'7" or 6'6". But he had that play in transition last night where he catches it like just over half court, and he just like guns it down the middle and just explodes at the rim. And if there's no one there, he can obviously dunk it, right? But like he was like a freight train. And when I think about the future of Hugo, it's, I think, just simplifying. Because the thing that I keep thinking about that I'm obsessed with, we know this is a Dimensions podcast.
Right.
The amount of times we've talked about the bicep veins on Jaylen Brown or the increased striations on Jayson Tatum's shoulders. It's like, what happens when he gets on the Jays weightlifting program?
Yeah.
Like, remember how like slender Jayson Tatum was? Even like Jaylen, like it's basically the Avengers program. Like, what does he look like in 4 years? What does he look like when he's 23, 24? Even when he's 22, like he's already able to like credibly guard the Siakams and the Cades and the Townses of the world when he's 19. That's just, it shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, man. It's like Chuck Hayes, 6'6" center shit when he used to be on Houston and he would play center, and he was just like, he was Ugo's size and he was just so damn strong that he was an effective center.
So sorry, I was gonna say on that on the my brain and the strength part, simplifying the offense, it's just like get your shoulder into people and just drive. Like when you're getting the ball swung to you off of Tatum, off of Jaylen, off of Derek, off of Pritchard, you know, you're getting that manipulated defense. Just like very simple pump fake, jab step, one direction. All he needs is like a little bit of space, and that frame is going to get him an advantage. I feel the same way about Walsh in a different way, just because he's like more athletic and like slithery and longer. He's just able to get to the rim really easily. I love when those guys just trust driving off of a catch and then either just try to finish or make a simple pass, because it's right there for them.
Yeah, man, especially with some of the defenders that are guarding him. Like, he's not getting the best defender on opposing teams. Like, often they're hiding their small guard on Hugo. So, and that's why he's so effective on the offensive glass when he goes there. Like, yeah, dude, just trust it, get down in there and rise up, and like you will get fouled a lot too. So, 72.7% at the rim per data baller, 37.5 from short mid-range, which sounds terrible. It's actually not. It's 43rd percentile. There's no reason he can't get that up to the low 40s, which is pretty standard. 33.3 from long mid-range. He's never going to take those. Are just not going to be part of his shot profile, so that doesn't matter. And then the 41.4 from 3-point. Do you have to go, Jake? I know that you're a little bit under a time crunch, or are you good?
No, the flight has been delayed a second time now, so
that sucks, dude.
We got a ton of wind here today, and it's Christmas Eve, so who knows? This podcast might be like 2 days long at this rate.
We go. So like it's looking really, his offense is further along than I expected. Both offense and defense are further along than I expected. His passing, I felt like he flashed a little more over in Europe. I'm a little disappointed with the passing. Like, he's not really passing guys open. He just kind of moves it. But offensively, what would you like to see from him over the next like month?
Interesting. I mean, it's really just more of the same. I don't really need to see him trying anything. But I guess that the finishing moves, does he start to get a feel for when to hit the Euro, or is he likes to go to the spin move at times as well? Like, you can tell that he's done a lot of these drills at Real Madrid, and they probably work a lot when he's playing like, man, this guy playing like U17s and U18s when he's this big. He's very funny. But yeah, I think just continuing to like make those simple reads and not look like he's decided what to do before it happens, and then just looking like less of a rookie and less of a raw 19-year-old when he has the ball. Increase the 3-point volume a little bit.
Yeah.
But that obviously comes with the minutes, right? So how many threes did he shoot yesterday? 2. That's if he's going to play 28 minutes. That was against the Raptors. If you're going to play 28 minutes, I'd like to see him shoot 3 threes. Obviously, like that's like an individual example. But if he's going to play 25 to 30 minutes, 9, 10 field goals is kind of perfect to me. Just being like, I want him to actually be out there and not just float around offensively, take advantage of what the other guys are doing for him. What do you want to see?
Yeah, for me, it's the 3-point volume for sure. Get him up, young fella. Like, this is the time, dude. He's at 3-point attempts per 36 minutes. That's just not enough if you're shooting 41% from 3. Like, that's going to come down. The accuracy is absolutely going to come down, but I'd rather him shoot 7 per 36 minutes and be 37% from 3 than 41 and 3 attempts. Like, the volume definitely matters. Yeah, you kind of nailed it. I don't have a ton to add. Just like look more like you make the defense react to you instead of you reacting to the defense. And yeah, man, like how about a hop step instead of a Euro? How about like going off 2 feet in the, in the lane instead of the Euro? I also have loved the way he's cutting. I feel like Joe's using him on like sidelines and baseline out of bounds plays to be like the screen setter. And then he cuts back door. And I feel like we've caught people a couple times.
Was it the Heat game? They did it twice. Yeah.
And then I think they had one against Indiana too. So I more cutting, more Hugo as the screener. I'd like to see him operating in the short roll a little bit too. Like I feel like his skill set could be really dangerous there. And like take some floaters. Like if you're in the short roll, take some floaters. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I think it's when they benched the starters last night, you could just feel like Baylor, everyone out there felt empowered to not be worried about mistakes.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, Joe has just made a very, very clear and obvious communication that he's trusting us to win the game more than the starters. And so like when the ball gets swung to you on the wing and you just like swing it right back to Jaylen or Derek or Pritchard, that's fine a lot of the time. But like don't always do that. Like I can't hear Man Walsh. I wanted to see them be a little bit more aggressive. Simple as that. In the more abstract, vibesy side of things, Ben mentioned waving off Joe when he was going to challenge and saying no. It was actually off of whoever, I forget who it went off. Put 2 fingers in the air after a foul to signal to the ref that it's a shooting foul. He loves like winning and like playing hard, and he hates making mistakes. Like I'm not sure I've seen anybody get that upset after making mistakes on an NBA court before. Like it doesn't seem to be impacting him from a mistake recovery perspective, which is such a huge part of sports. Like the best players in the league, like Jayson Tatum being able to do what he did in that game 6 against Philly after you're having just like this horrendous, like guys, most humans can't actually like climb out of holes like that. And so seeing him get really down on himself in the middle of games. I know Bobby Kravitsky reported that he like punched a chair or threw a chair or something after he did something. And it's like no one's that mad at you at all. Like, it's like we want you to not make mistakes and stuff like that. But it looks like he's worried that he's going to be not allowed to play for the Celtics anymore if he keeps making mistakes, which I really fucking appreciate because you can just tell that, I mean, the intangibles are all there. And I maintain that Pritchard and him there's going to be like I know we got the Baylor Scheinman Hugo friendship story, which is nice. And Baylor's got Duolingo and that's very cute. But like, I want the story of Peyton Pritchard inviting Hugo as one of his summer people that he's paying to guard him. And that's what I want to hear. That's the story I want to hear.
That would be amazing. I would pay so much money to
Oh my
watch them
God.
play one-on-one where they actually try. And not even one-on-one, just Ugo defending Pritchard for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. Yeah, man.
It's so fun.
I'm gonna put you on the spot because I've kind of thought about this. And this is like comps are really, really difficult. But I was thinking, you know what? Let me give you what I think the high-end comp is for me.
Okay.
And I did bring him up very briefly early, but like, okay. Big wing, big, strong wing that can shoot threes, drive a closeout, kind of knows how to play offense, can guard 1 through 5. OG Anunoby.
Whoa.
This is the high end,
Yeah.
like
No.
100, 90th percentile outcome for Ugo. Like, why can't he be OG Anunoby if it all goes right?
Well, and especially offensively, OG it's been kind of building
Yeah.
piece by piece. And I'm trying to remember like the size progression of OG Anunoby from like the bubble all the way to now. Because he's just such a unit now, and he can
Yes.
guard he can like truly guard most of the fives, outside of like the Jokic's of the world. I like it. But OG's become like a knockdown catch and shoot guy, like high volume. But again, yeah, Ugo's 19, and I pull up OG Anunoby's early 3
Yeah, I've got his rookie year up.
Okay, please.
He shot 20% from short mid-range. He did not make a long mid-range jumper, 37% from 3, and 67% at the rim. So he was basically just a 3-point shooter who occasionally got to the rim. And like, I just feel like their physical profiles, like you said, like what is Ugo going to look like when he's on the Avengers training program? Why can't he look like OG Anunoby? Like they're very, very similar size.
I like that. I like and comps are like exact comps are just
high end.
hard.
Yeah,
Oh, that's also just
right.
hard. I'm just
Yes.
looking at the 3-point rate as well. Like OG,
It's higher.
Yeah, that's like probably the clear difference is that OG kind of came in, I think, as a better,
Yes.
like just a good shooter, straight up. But I do like that. I know that I see odd one in the chat here, Josh Hart. But yeah, like the offensive rebounding transition stuff, I can really see that for Ugo. That's actually, when you talk about offense, like Josh Hart, man, how is he so good in the coast to coast?
It's
It
crazy.
pisses me off so much. I'm like, how is no one able to stop this? But no one can stop it. And like, that would be a great skill for Ugo to try and figure out because he's going to get a ton of rebounds. Just go and use that straight line speed that we talked about. And he's like obviously bigger and stronger than Josh Hart. So I do like that. I mean, the high end comp is Spanish Kawhi, so I guess we'll set it for OG
Right.
Anunoby.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that the median outcome is OG Anunoby. Low end's PJ Tucker. So I think we're doing okay with you.
PJ Tucker, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm trying to remove the last like 2 years of PJ Tucker from my memory.
I know when he
So
was
I'm like,
horrible.
is he not already better than PJ Tucker? I'm like, well, yes, now he is better than the 40-year-old version of PJ Tucker, but like the guy that was playing for the Rockets and won a title for the Bucks. Like that dude again could straight up guard everybody. Different type of people and souls, but the competitiveness definitely there for both of them. I know a Trey, and I mentioned this last time, like the Bruce Brown thing, but that's Bruce Brown's I think going to have like the ball handling and on Ugo, I think. But do you have any other ones that come to mind?
OG was my crown jewel that I thought of. I've seen. Okay,
I love it.
I've got one. I've seen Battier. I don't know. Yeah, he's
Raja
older
Bell?
school. Yeah, Raja Bell. Okay. He was more like the guard version, and I think Ugo's really going to be a 4. One I have seen multiple people bring up that I think they're just saying it because they both speak Spanish is I've seen like literally a half a dozen times Manu Ginobili. And he does play. Ugo is nothing like Manu Ginobili. Like, go look up some Manu highlights. He is like one of the craftiest pick and roll ball handlers ever. And he was not a good defensive player. There is nothing comparable about Manu and OG Anunoby.
Also from Argentina and not Spain.
He does speak Spanish, but that's it. That is like the only thing they have in common. So I don't get that one. Please stop saying Manu Ginobili. Yeah. He's nothing like Manu Ginobili.
I obviously when Ugo drew the offensive foul last night on Nembhard, where it was like the Marcus Smart on James Harden offensive foul pushed him, and then Nembhard got the technical. So I saw in the Discord last night, Marcos Smart as his nickname.
Yes, that's amazing.
Which is great. And like defensively, while Marcus was obviously shorter than Ugo, the types of players that Marcus was better at defending definitely skew more to the types of guys that Ugo is going to defend. Offensively, different players for sure. Just again, like more of a guard. I don't know. Again, Ugo's 19. I'm just not going to put a ceiling on him right now. He does do Ugo definitely does the Euro step. He needs to go spend a summer with Manu Ginobili. Shorter AK-47. Maybe, yeah.
AK, I feel like AK was, I think, rangier. And he was a plus passer, and I don't think we've seen that from Ugo. Again, not going to stop him from I think Ugo could get there as a passer, and he flashed it some in Europe, and he reads the game quickly. But AK was like the most unique player of all time. Him and like Sean Marion are just like dudes we're probably never gonna see again, especially the way Sean Marion shot jumpers. I don't know if you're familiar. He like flicked it from his nipples. Oh yeah, very bizarre. Yeah, okay.
I had nailed his shot release. I forget which NBA Live it was, but
yes, him and Kevin Martin, dude, was
2006.
So hard.
I was like, dude, this is my guy.
Money.
These are all pretty great comps.
Like, good shout. Yeah, AK, great shout. So I don't know. Nothing totally comes to mind other than, again, Spanish Kawhi is the one.
Hey, man, you'd be this big and good at defending already with a bit of offense mixed in. It's probably slightly lofty.
He'll get there.
Comp, but we'll get there. I just wanted to look up the remaining strengths of schedule. I don't know why that came to mind, because I was just gonna to wrap up, be like, because we play the Pacers again. I think is like the next game, out of the Christmas break, if I'm not mistaken. It's a home and home. The Celtics have the 27th easiest remaining schedule.
Is that like is it so super easy or super hard?
Super easy. So
hell yeah.
Our remaining winning percentage is 484. And the NBA's like, I don't know, strength of schedule, maybe not as important when it comes to like the NFL, but 27th easiest, 4th easiest. Why my brain can't do this? It's very easy. Very easy schedule for the Celtics remaining. 3 games against the Pacers, who I guess we found out it's not. That's skewing the numbers slightly, and we know that the Pacers against the Celtics are a difficult game no matter what. So, 2 against the Nets, Pelicans. We got, another game against your Alex Sarr Wizards remaining.
I was going to say, we definitely have a Wizards game left. Brooklyn, we got to have a few Brooklyn games left too.
Yeah, 2 right? Nets games.
Oh, you said
1
that.
Clippers game.
Sorry.
1 Clippers game. Ivica
Zubac
is injured.
Like the Bucks, if Giannis is out, they're gonna be trash. So, although we lost to them, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, we did. That's we have 2 really bad losses. The Nets, we won, we lost, and then the Bucks one doesn't even bother me though when I think about it, because it's just like it was like the Pacers game, but they went Bobby Portis, Kyle Kuzma, 90% true shooting between them. And now
so stupid.
So dumb. Sometimes that just happens. And credit to the Celtics for flipping it the other way last night. But Celtics are 18-11.
That's mind blowing, dude. It's honestly mind blowing. That like the fact that all of this is just working like the best possible way is just so fun, man. Like this is gonna be is like IT season vibes, man, and
Yes.
it's really
Yes.
great. And I'm
I'm just
pumped
trying
to
to
watch more of them.
so I'm trying to like, what is that winning percentage? We're on a
I,
51 win pace. And if
yeah,
you take out the first three losses, we went 0-3. We're on like a 55 plus win pace.
it's crazy, dude. I mean, we've been very healthy. That is the one thing that like temper
Yes.
expectations a little bit about health, but I mean, you can't just
But
bank on guys getting hurt.
but we're now 2-0 without Jaylen.
That's true.
And we're at least 2-0 without Cater. That's what's crazy. I was like the Toronto game, I was just like, we're gonna lose that game, probably back to back, no Jaylen. And then Pritchard goes off for a fucking 30-point triple double, pretty much. It's like, all right. Great.
This works.
One of
Garza
them was
has
against
like
the
a
Wizards.
1,000 offensive
Like,
rebounds, but that's
yeah.
fine though. You can rest them against those
Yeah.
teams and we'll still smoke them. And like this team is
Apparently.
all of the sudden absurdly deep. Like
Yeah.
with just dudes. There's just a bunch of dudes on this team that it's like, fuck, we got to play against that guy. And it's like, oh, Baylor Shireman's making threes. This is annoying. It's incredible, man. It's so much fun.
It's yeah, definitely IT underdog vibes all year long. Yeah, you can't not love this team. I'm glad we didn't get to the like Jaylen Brown saying, this is like my favorite season ever stuff and how
Classic
people are using
Jaylen.
I get why it's like just phrase it slightly differently. Or
Yeah.
like obviously people are gonna take it the wrong way, but of course it's a fun season. But
It's so classic. He always does this, man. Like the sacrifice quotes. Like, I get what you're saying, man, but just like
yeah.
tweak it a little bit. That's part of like what makes him endearing, though, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. But everybody losing their mind. Not everybody. Some people losing their mind. But
Classic.
all that matters is Jaylen Brown is amazing. All these guys are amazing. And the Celtics are going to win the title, I think, this year. So,
Yeah, Tatum will come back in
Yeah.
March. We'll be good. So, all right. That's going to do it for this one, unless you got anything else, Jake.
Oh, good. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good couple of days. Stay safe. Yeah, it's a good time. It could be a weird time for people, but hope you have a good couple of days to you as well. You and yours, Spoonie. It's been a good year.
It's been a great year, man. Yeah, happy holidays. Travel safe. Hope you get everything you want for Christmas, Jake. A nice Luka Garza jersey under the tree for you. And hey, all listeners, thank you. This has been an amazing year for the show. I know it's not New Year's, and we'll have a few episodes in between now and New Year's, but we should do like a year wrap up and maybe do a little self, reflection about where we're at as a pod, because it's just been an awesome ride, man, and we're still grinding. So it's been great. So yeah, that's a long-winded way to say happy holidays. That's gonna do it. Thanks for joining us. We're out. Peace.